So I'm here today at Barton Moss. I've come to be part of the protest against fracking, and I'm at the site where iGas is currently doing exploratory drilling. And I've turned up today and I've met these lovely ladies. I've met Angela and Carmen and Nikki, who've also decided to come here today. So I thought I'll just spend some time with them finding out why they're here.
I'm Nikki, I'm from Rochdale. It's about 17 miles from here, so I'm able to sort of get down and commute on a daily basis. I've got a family and other commitments as well, so I'm not on camp sort of as a resident, but I do stay from time to time. Prior to this I was working as an IT consultant, but increasingly, it wasn't compatible with sort of supporting this. I feel really strongly about stopping the fracking, and effectively I've just given up work to come here and commit more time.
Wow.
I do things like arrestee support, go to the courts, go to the police station, walk the lorries in on as many days as I can, and sort of that's where I am.
Wow, thanks Nikki. All right, great. I like your hat. We got
these are from Knitting Nanas.
I've heard of the Knitting Nanas from Australia.
Amazing, yeah.
I'm going to Australia in a few weeks.
I started doing them here.
Okay.
So I'm very. And my new hive is.
Yeah, well that's good. Yeah.
This has been a present sent up from Eastbourne. My name's Carmen. I'm a youth worker by trade. I get down here as often as I can and support the camp as much as I can. And it makes me feel good to be here and to meet the people here, because they really are fighting for our land, really.
Yeah.
For clean water and for fresh air.
Great. Thank you, Carmen. And we've got to get this sign. I did get a picture of it earlier on. It's really fabulous. I love it. Okay, go on. Yeah.
I am an artist. I did start off as an artist actually. My name's Angela. Previously I was a CAB debt and benefit caseworker. Now I'm a carer because my son's been ill. I just years and years ago realised what they were doing in America and hoped that it wouldn't come here with the fracking. Watched Gasland, was absolutely terrified, and then when I realised it was coming over here, I just realised that there must be something that I can do about it. So given my caring responsibilities, I come down here as much as I possibly can.
Yeah.
I can't stay at camp, I've got health issues myself, but I do come down every day if I can make it. We usually spend the day here doing the lorry walk in and the lorry walk out. We do the arrestee support and get down to Swinton as much as possible to the police station, just to show support for everybody that's been unnecessarily arrested. I am frightened to death of what fracking will do to this country, in the way that having got a son who already has breathing difficulties, I look at what's going to be released into the environment and what's actually going to go into our water. I do not want that anywhere near any human being at all.
But all the companies are saying it's safe, it's regulated, like that's not going to happen, so why are you still worrying about it?
They said thalidomide was safe. They were proven horribly wrong. So that's where I'm coming at it from. I don't believe a word they say.
So you don't believe it?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
And there's empirical evidence.
The evidence shows that it's not safe. And you've only got to look at the list of the harmed.
The list of the harmed. Now, this is a website I found recently, and it's actually called the list of the harmed, right? Yeah. So tell us about that from Pennsylvania. Yeah.
So essentially, there's over 100 pages really of cases of different incidents that have been reported in Pennsylvania. So it's sort of damage to humans, animals, explosions, earthquakes, all kinds of things. People taking action against the shale companies, and there's some horrifying things on there about the devastation that it's causing. The chemicals that are being found in the water, people getting cancers and all sorts of
birth defects.
Conditions.
Birth defects amongst women.
Animals dying, lots of animals dying on the land because of the poisons getting into the water, whether it be the frack fluid, radioactive waste, carcinogenic chemicals. It's horrifying.
There's been a 10% rise in birth defects, and it's directly the spine of the babies.
Of babies born within a radius?
Of the rigs. And the other thing as well to point out is that last week one of the rigs exploded.
Yeah, I saw that on the news.
2 people.
Yeah.
And they offered them a pizza voucher.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Chevron. And that made me really nervous because, you could see the distance of the rig over there behind us. Like, how far do you reckon that is from where we're stood now?
I don't know.
About 500 meters, maybe.
Yeah.
And there's not really any houses. There's 1 or 2 houses, but basically we're on a dual carriageway, so you think, well, like, it's kind of far from everywhere, like it is in Pennsylvania, but in Freckleton, which is where I'm from, they're going to be doing it on our marsh, which is like right in a very, very built-up area around all the local villages.
Can we just say, though, that this part, it looks deceiving, it looks like it isn't near anything, but the wells will go probably up to 2 miles.
Yeah.
And it's, it's like a net on the lake in all directions. So, and they want these every sort of square mile, what is it, 7,500 nearly. Wells in the Fyle Peninsula alone.
So how come you girls have managed to become so well informed? Because the thing that I've done is, like, literally in the last kind of 6 or 8 weeks I've found out about fracking, done as much research as I can. It's the more I see, the more stressed out I get. But, like, you seem very well informed. How are you getting your information?
I think primarily we first learned about fracking we go to a meeting at New Horizons in Midham St Anne's, and it was obviously happening there at the time. People like Gazer Frackman and Ian Arkin, we went to a lot of their talks, public meetings, meetings on the green and sort of marches and things like that. So we were quite well informed before it all sort of kicked off here, and in Balkan prior to here. So we sort of knew it was coming, and then when we found out that it was happening on our doorstep in Salford, we knew that we had to, get out there and take some action against it ourselves.
Awesome. Well, listen,
and people down here are so well informed and so willing to share information and do it in such a way that you can understand it. I don't understand all the technical stuff, but I can understand enough to know that they're drilling into the ground, which is, unwelcome. They're forcing down water, sand and radioactive materials that's going to fracture, and if that gets into the water table, Manchester's full of rivers and waterways. If it gets into that, it might look like it's in an area away, but the population of Manchester, and this is the issue, because where they've done it in Pennsylvania, there's vast land and small communities have been affected. If it gets in our water table, you've got a mass population, and that for me is the why I have to be involved, because there's no going back. If it gets into the water table, we've had it. There won't be horses down the road here for the children to come and feed. The kestrel that was out the other day, all that will just go. And we had that childhood. For me, as a youth worker, it's about what young people learn being out in nature, and those skills, those risk assessment, jumping over a river and not getting soaked, because then, you're going to go home and you've got to explain, all those things that we learn as children, playing outside.
Lots of necessary skills.
What modern society is trying to take that away from them. And that's why, we've got to stop it, because there will be no going back. Once it's poisoned, it's poisoned. And what we're going to do, move a whole 2 cities? What? Do you know what I mean?
So like me, a couple of weeks ago, very kind of ill-informed and, not really aware, but doing lots of research myself and speaking to people in my village who really don't understand what fracking is, and some people who've never even heard the term. Like, what would you recommend for a newbie? Someone who's watching this video going,
Gasland.
Okay, these girls are saying there's something.
Gasland,
what's that?
by Josh Fox. If you just type in Gasland, Google it, it's on YouTube, and it will tell you exactly how it's affected America.
Okay, great.
And the Guardian have run a piece on it today, and the Daily Mail even ran a piece on Pennsylvania stuff last week.
Okay.
I think the Dash for Gas as well.
And Dash for Gas.
And Ian R. Crane's Fracking Nightmare.
Yeah, that was a film I watched, and also. Brilliant. Well, listen, girls, thank you so much for first of all spending some time with me, for coming down every day, giving your time, and doing that. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.